Look, it is a huge, and I mean huge weekend in college football. I'm going to tell you about all of the championship games, but most importantly, here's what you need to watch for. Let's kick it off with the SEC, the biggest brands. You got Georgia, you got Texas. Tomorrow it is going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern time, but here is who you need to watch for, the two players behind me. Let's roll to the next one. They have previously matched up before. They came to Austin, Texas, but Georgia beat us down. Why? Because our quarterback, Quinn Ewers, supposed to be a first-round pick. He did not live up to the hype. But neither did Carson Beck. 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Make sure you got your notes out for that game because these two quarterbacks you will likely see in the NFL next year. But are they going to improve their stock or are they going to decrease their stock? Let's roll to the next biggest game for my money, the Big Ten. What a game. What a game. Oregon has been the best team in college football all year long. They saw Ohio State, smack them around. Well, now they get to see Penn State. But the question is simple. What is Drew Aller and Penn State going to do? On the flip side, the quarterback Dylan Gabriel, here's the most fascinating stat. Dylan Gabriel, of all the quarterbacks and all the players in the history of college football, this man will start more games than any other player in the history of college football with 62. He is a Heisman candidate. Will he put the team on his back and get it done? Make sure you lock in for that game. Now, the sneaky biggest game I would suggest is the Big 12. So you got Iowa State, you got Arizona State. Arizona State, likely the hottest team right now in the Big 12. Whoever wins this game is going to get into the playoffs. But you got to watch for one person, Scadaboo, the running back. He is the only player in FBS, 1,000 rushing yards and 400 or more receiving yards. Y'all realize how versatile of a player he is. When you are watching that game with everything at stake, make sure you look out for that name. Okay, moving on to the Mountain West. Mountain West? Acho. Why are we talking about the Mountain West? Because of this one person, not just from UNLV, but from Boise. Ashton Jeanty, the running back. He is the 5th most rushing yards in the history of college football. You see Reggie won a Heisman. You see Ingram won a Heisman. You see Derrick Henry won a Heisman. So the question is simple. Will Ashton Jeanty be the next running back to hoist a Heisman trophy? Look out for that name. If you care about nothing else, make sure you care about Ashton Jeanty. You're going to like this one. You're going to like this one. SMU's first year in the SEC. How in the world did these ponies pony up? How in the world did the pony up SMU versus Clemson? Now, Clemson, you better be glad that God somehow loves y'all. Y'all shouldn't be in the game. Miami lost last week. Right. That's how Clemson got here. So who should you watch for this game? Well, you should watch who's watching this game. Alabama fans, they got the most at stake. If East Team SMU handles their business and wins, Alabama is in the college football playoff. But if SMU loses, now SMU, they got to pray. Now the ponies got to pray because now it comes down to Alabama or SMU. So this game is most fascinating from the Alabama perspective. If SMU wins, Alabama is in. If SMU loses, Clemson and SMU may be in, or Clemson and Alabama may be in. It does not get bigger. College football's weekend is as big as it has ever been, and it is this weekend. Make sure you lock in. I'm headed to the desk. You work for the Raiders on weekends. You leave here.
Raiders,
go to Vegas.
Yep.
You go to Raiders game.
You bully that Raiders show.
I did hear. I heard he is a bully on that show.
Yes, he is.
That's what I heard. I heard he ain't gonna let nobody talk. Nobody will talk. That's what I heard.
I don't see James being like that.
You feel what I'm saying? And he got, he got that deep voice. So what was you saying? I'm like, yo, he's a bully.
All right. Well, James, we're going to let you talk on this topic. Should Deion Sanders, biggest name in college, should he want to coach the Raiders?
He should want to coach the Raiders more than he should want to coach the Dallas Cowboys. And what I mean by that is everything that you want to accomplish as a head coach that you've been accomplishing since you've been a head coach is you want to coach your son. Mm-hmm. The Las Vegas Raiders is the best situation for you to coach your son. They are going to have a top 5 pick. Your son is going to be a top 5 pick. I don't know if you know, but they need a quarterback. They don't have a $60 million quarterback like the Dallas Cowboys under contract with no trade clause. Everything you want to accomplish, you can accomplish in Las Vegas. I think it will be very, very smart for them to entertain. And I think if Deion Sanders was even thinking about coming to the pros, I believe the Las Vegas Raiders will suit him and his son just fine because you will have the opportunity to draft your son and bring him to Las Vegas.
Yeah, for me, do I want to see him in Vegas? Heck yeah. Why wouldn't we want to see Deion in Vegas?
Right.
I mean, the bright lights and everything. Do I think he's gonna end up in Vegas? No, he's not.
You don't see it? You don't
I don't see it. The reason why I don't see it is because they just signed that kid, Julian Lewis, the 5-star quarterback.
Right.
And I don't see Deion, even when the Cowboys thing was floating around, will he go to the Cowboys? I don't see Deion looking that kid father in his face and saying, I'm not gonna be here, or I'm gonna be here and then leave. Like, I don't see Deion lying about that. You know what I mean? So, do I want to see him? Because, man, it's been awesome, man. You know, being in Dallas, watching him and Shador even in Dallas, and Shiloh in Dallas, from Pee Wee, down to college, from Jackson State, to make this story keep going on, I want to see that. You know what I mean? And I truthfully, like, I hope he do, like, let Colorado. I'm in Colorado. I know how special he is in terms of the energy he's brought to Colorado and what he's doing out there. You know what I mean? 'Cause I live in Denver. And I do want to see it, but, man, I just don't see that happening, man. I don't see it happening.
Deion's such a blessing. We don't even know it, man.
I know it.
Think about this, like the stuff he's doing for Colorado kids, right? For college football, right? A lot of fans that kind of left college football for a little bit. He's brought them back. He's brought, like, excitement back to college football, so I love that for Deion. Now, the question is, should Deion Sanders want to coach the Raiders?
Right.
Yeah, you should. The NFL is who you are, dog, right? And we're all thankful for the kids, if you're doing for them and all that, but you prime time, right? From the dancing on the field to coaching with style, like, you Deion.
Right.
And to put him on the elite level where he belongs. Everywhere he goes, he wins. Jackson State, Colorado, come to the league. It might take a year or two, but he's known for winning. I think the Raiders is the best fit because that culture, he fits that, right? You talk about a passionate fan base, you're going to have that. Talking about fan base that need hope, they need a winner, Deion's all that, a winner and he's hope. Everything that he can bring to the table for the Raiders is everything. And then last thing is, the last couple of years has been an issue with, like, can the players really relate to the coaches, right? Because I thought AP would be that type of piece that they need, right? A guy like Max Crosby is sometimes misunderstood. He's passionate. A coach like Deion can bottle all that up. And every player I feel like playing for Deion is going to love to play for Deion because who he is and he can relate to everything.
Think about if Deion went to the Raiders and head coaches in the AFC West. You got Deion, Sean Payton, Andy Reid, and now Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, some good
How
coaches.
legendary with that.
No, they all going to win, just not against the Chiefs. Andy Reid is the greatest of all time.
Truthfully, I would sit back and say, nah, we're going to win. But, man, I told you, Patrick Mahomes made me cry too many times.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.